I think the evidence for a successful conference is that people go away and think, and ultimately it changes their behaviour in kind of appropriate ways. I think, of course, a non-successful conference is when people turn up, they have a good time, and it doesn't impact on anything they think or do. So I hope this conference is one that really will help people think through the problems they're dealing with at work.
It's a good opportunity to get involved, but in particular just to network with a lot of HR business partners. Great opportunity to hear what they're doing, understand what's going on in the sector.
This is a hugely valuable sort of event where we can talk with HR business partners in this case. We can disseminate our work, our research, that we're trying to have an impact. And I think, we can facilitate conversations, offer a bit of challenge, get some insight into what other people's issues are on the ground as well.
If you're a leader in the organisation, then you are going to have to make sure you've got really strong relationships with your HR and your OD colleagues, because they're the people who are going to help translate your ambitions into kind of real action on the ground that people can understand and own and deliver for themselves.
The key messages that I've picked up on from the conference so far have been around pride in what we do in HR, in bravery, in innovation, being prepared to be a bit different, and to have confidence in our ability during very difficult times to deliver fantastic services, not just for our organisations, but then the impact that they have on our wider communities.
The strapline for this conference is the key thing people need to focus on. They've got to challenge and they've got to influence, and they have to do it at every level. I think HR typically has kept that right down at an operational level, very much around, well, what tools do you need, what techniques do you need, what sort of selection should I do? But that challenge has got to go right back to why. Does it fit with what we're trying to achieve as an organisation? And that means that that challenge and that influencing has to go right to the top. And that's where HR needs to be sitting and having that challenge and influence.
One of the key objectives of this event today was to launch the network. So what really was valuable was seeing individual HRBPs who I know were from different cohorts talking to each other, and actually the excitement that went around the network and the need to keep together. I think they were the real highlights for me from today.
The networking of this alumni group is really essential. Duplication, efficiency, but also the ability to have strength in numbers. Often when we think we're the only one worrying about something, it can be really quite hard. But through the alumni, I think we'll gain strength, in terms of a positive attitude to change, but also strength in terms of understanding that we are all tackling some of the same issues.
So we want to get this off the ground as quickly as possible and get people engaged as quickly as possible, and then keep that going, and then hopefully that will mean that it could continue to be a success.
We plan on holding 3 meetings per year, so we've had an experience of an established network outside of HRBPs, and we're going to work with the LGA on looking to host those, first one being early spring.
I'd say be really proud of what you've done, but don't let it stop here. Keep sharing, keep coming up with good ideas, use the network. Networks only work if people actually engage with them and participate in them, so I think it's fantastic we've got one. I think for all of us within the sector and more widely across the public sector with a real interest and passion for HR and OD, let's use it and make the most of it.